but that remains to be seen. Kaho, of course, the most improved player in the past couple of weeks, is arguably the best Night Elf in the world right now. His mirror match, often a bit lackluster, but he makes up for that with almost perfect execution.
Lovely. That was good trying to save that underwhelming assessment of mine. The lightning shield trick is doing the rest of that camp, and it's just beautiful to see what Night Elf is possible to do with just a couple tools equipped. Both of them will be just easily wiping the floor with all of the creeps in both of these camps. Yet another lightning shield being applied to the Archer of Kaho. He picks up the Wand of Mana Stealing, which is quite a bad item compared to the Scroll of Beast, I would say.
Yeah, both not really in the awesome department. You want healing, you want invulnerability. With Wand of Mana Stealing, you might be able to counter the mana burn of your opponent and get mana superiority. Scroll of the Beast can help you in early skirmishes, as this spell is not really close, but it's all about fighting items like the Claws of Attack that we got here, or the Gloves of Haste we got on the other side. So far, I gotta say, LawLiet looks like he didn't miss a step. Everything as expected with the tier 2 in play.
True. So, Neostradamus, what's better? Is it a Glove of Haste or is it a Claws of Attack +5?
It's always hard.
On that one?
It's always hard to generalize things in Warcraft, you know.
Nice escape, though.
I'm not finished with my point. I think in the early stages, like right now, the Claws is better for pure damage output, but later on, when raw numbers are getting higher, the Gloves of Haste is actually better.
Oh, beautiful block by LawLiet. Did you see that? It was a cute play from Kaho. He was hiding there with the Cloak of Shadows and wanted to snipe the Priest. But with the beautiful micro in the Archer and stuff like that, he would just perform the trick. Now they're burning each other, trying to get them to as low mana points as possible to make healing a little harder from the Moonwells. With actually only 2 Moonwells for Kaho. We have 3 Moonwells for LawLiet already, putting the Hunter's Hold down. We see a Tree of Life for Kaho coming up with a sneaky expansion attempt here on tier 2.
Yeah, classic Terraner stand from like 2 to 3 years ago when this was still somehow part of every tournament. This is gonna be LawLiet's target. He doesn't seem to be of the opinion that he has to expand. With the Zeppelin, you can fly across the river and punish this expansion rather easily. For that, you need a little bit of a punch. And what's going to be that punch? We got Mercenaries, not too great against buildings. Usually, you'd go for bears, but maybe some Kaboom Sappers come in play as well.
Nice. He's selling the Town Portals, now getting a Staff of Teleportation. In the meantime, the camp is being crept with the Ancient of War alone, so the Demon Hunter tries to kill a couple Wisp here, I feel, or drains some more mana for healing those. He gets the first one, now steps out, gets to the camp. Yeah, people are just getting ripped nowadays of their TPs, but the Ancient of War is taking quite a lot of damage, might be falling now, of course not, eating yet another tree, trying to put that one out, and the aggro is on the Demon Hunter, who's now close to level 3, picks up the Ring of the Archmagi. And on the other side, we see Kaho doing the same thing right now, going over to the camp. But, I mean, with the scouting information for LawLiet, what he's going to do now, he gets like double Ancient of Lore. He just hit tier 2, no second hero yet. He doesn't have a shop. He's replenishing a couple Wisp that he used for the Ancient of Lores now. Another Moonwell is coming down. So, is he going to tech to tier 3 or is he trying to put some aggro here? And the Narg is coming out.
Should be tier 3. I would be very surprised if it's not. But he's queuing an attack upgrade instead of teching to tier 3. Okay, that's very interesting. Maybe it's Masked Riot. What, 1 base? That would be quite odd. I think LawLiet was trying to snipe the lore timing of Kaho, and that to a degree worked, as the lores are only coming up now. Also, creeping was a little slower, so LawLiet is able to be the aggressor in this matchup. And he must know that there's an expansion. So how do you stop that without bears? Is the big question he has to answer now. He will be in position for a creep jack or at least an entangled goldmine cancel.
Yeah, I think he really wants to push him really fast. So the Dryad will be out faster due to the nature of getting the Nature's Blessing in right now for the tree. That makes it a little bit more robust, especially for the push coming, which delayed both of the Ancient of Lore that you mentioned and the Ancient of Wonders is now coming. No Ancient of Wonder yet for LawLiet, so no healing potions. First upgrade about to be done for the Dryads that still need to be brought on the field. but as he will have more Dryads coming out faster, and those Dryads having the first attack upgrade, that can get really tricky. I like actually that Kaho got the Nature's Blessing, which makes the tree harder to kill, but yeah, he now needs to buy time to actually either get some Mercs in, maybe yet another Berserker, or something else that just bridges the time being until the expansion kicks in and basically recuperates the cost.
That's right. This is a pretty good timing for LawLiet. At the moment, he's ahead, but with the expansion running in a minute, that will change quickly, of course. Demon Hunter misses the block for some extra shots. And Kaho seems like he's also going into Dryads only, for now at least, stabilizing a little bit. So maybe instead of Bear Mirror, we get Dryad Mirror?
Looks like it, yeah. Not a second upgrade being lining up here. He wants to now put more pressure on the expansion. Killing the Entangled Goldmine would be a great start, delaying the mining part. Second Berserker joining, which is great news for him. Now he can really take a toll on these Dryads as they have so much damage. Demon Hunter needs to be careful as he doesn't have any kind of healing and now puts himself in a really difficult spot. Probably needs to TP out, yes. And with that, the Entangled Goldmine should be going down, but while TPing out, he takes down a Dryad. No, he just takes down a Priest. Entangled Goldmine goes down, no gold for him.
Yeah, interesting play. There, what's coming? An Ancient of Wonders on the left-hand side. He's trying to keep up the pressure and basically countering this expansion by just hitting this Entangled Goldmine before it could mine a dime. I have not seen this approach to a Night Elf Mirror. Creative, for sure, but very, very fragile as the time is ticking against LawLiet, I think.
As long as he keeps the Berserker alive, I think he can trade quite equally. And with this great news here, he already sniped all the Dryads despite the attack upgrade, now losing his own Berserker. I think these are great trades actually for Kaho, putting a lot of damage in. Now the Naga is in desperate need for a potion. There it is, the big heal potion. No 2P on LawLiet, keep that in mind. The Naga is yet being pushed again by the Demon Hunter alone, gets the staffs out, but dies probably before getting out. No, gets out of there.
Oh boy, needs to get back in as soon as possible. The shop is on the left-hand side. She needs to slither back into the fight as fast as possible. Nice little skirmish between them. LawLiet with a huge supply lead at 46. Demon Hunter by Kaho also in trouble. Have the time to buy a potion, so should be safe for a bit. But yo, Kaho a little bit in dire straits, but able to clean this up with the Bursey falling. The lack of Naga is noticeable.
Yeah, like she's coming back now with yet another Dryad and the Staff of Preservation, so the Demon Hunter can be put in a tough spot and staffed out. Probably done in a second. The Ancient of War is actually doing quite some work here, getting a couple hits out. I also like that he uses the Priest for the piercing damage that the Priest provides. He should now switch it to healing so that the Demon Hunter gets healed, because he's out of juice. Like, Kaho doesn't have any juice to actually heal the Demon Hunter back up in the base. There might be yet another potion in store for him. The expansion is finally starting to mine, and LawLiet is facing the same issue. He doesn't have any moon juice left to send something back into the base and heal up. The Ancient of War might be in a good position for yet another fight, but 3 Dryads against 1 Demon Hunter out of the picture. There's an Ancient of Wonders now in the middle to basically get a couple items, more Dryads steaming in, but the attack upgrade is not paying off, and yeah, seems like Kaho is fending this off.
I agree, man, with the influx of mercenaries here. The lack of LawLiet's unit is noticeable. Going for the Hail Mary, going for the Demon Hunter. Hold on, there's the staff. There we go. Big damage dealer gone out of the fight, but there's Mauler, there's Naga, all that crowd control coming in with Frost Arrow, with poison damage. And I think our friend is out of options. Kaho winning map number 1.
Crazy, crazy. I think the Nature's Blessing really did a trick. Even if he crapped the laboratory, he could have gotten a Zepper to actually put that under more pressure. But I think that would have not worked, as the Nature's Blessing was providing like so much more health, and with that, just the opportunity to keep the tree alive. So in the end, Kaho's strategy and also setting up the expansion, putting it on LawLiet to respond to it, while he is dictating basically where this game goes. And yeah, if he is well familiar with these circumstances and know what he's creating for himself, he seemed really comfortable in that position. The double Berserker that were not killed, like going into the first battle, I think that played a major role, together with the Priest providing enough piercing damage to kill off the Dryads. And as he was not transitioning into bears, there was really no backup scenario. And then he was facing like really bad odds here. And now he's paying the price for this.
Yeah, I was surprised to see nothing to back this up, like a Shredder. Shredder would have been amazing. Or more Mercs. Maybe he was strapped for cash as he went so hard into Dryads. That works out for a bit to kill the Entangled Goldmine, but of course with piercing damage Dryads, there's no real chance to kill the tree, so he knew he was on borrowed time. And in the fights, Kaho is just so good, man. This kid is just so good at fighting and microing and making the right decisions. He also didn't fall into a trap of thinking, oh, I gotta go for some tier 3 stuff, as you usually do. He's like, oh, you go Dryads? Then I go Dryads, and I'm better than you in fighting, and I win.
Yeah, I would have actually liked him to, instead of the laboratory, where he was positioning his Ancient of War, which was great, because in the end he was getting the experience and everything worked out, but some criticism is still allowed. So I would actually go for the Goblin Merchant, like in between the expansion and the base, where he can get yet another heal scroll or invo potion. It had still all of the creeps, so it was hard to actually access that one for him. And if he was able to do that, he would have been even more comfortable with the new resources streaming in. But yeah, other than that, it worked really well, and he seemed very comfortable throughout the game. LawLiet could have gone for the trick of just like trying to steal all mercs. Imagine if he got like all of the berserkers, like he would have accumulated 3 berserkers and dryads, and all of a sudden he would have had that one punch man strategy where everything just like collides, and then maybe able to kill the expansion, which was the whole design. Like you either kill the expansion or you lose. In that case, he was not able to kill it, and yeah, he paid the price in the end.
Some people are also paying the price for a Back to Warcraft subscription here on Twitch. Thank you very much. Zimmerling, 17 month, Tho Wactom, and CK8181. Much love. Thank you for the support. Next map, Last Refuge. By the way, I want to double down on the fact that I promised you that it's very unlikely to see Bear Mirror, and we didn't get Bear Mirror. That's
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what it is on Last Refuge.
Oh, I gotta say the chances for Bear Mirror are pretty high here, but there's also a chance for an early tier 2 mass range push. LawLiet, you gotta carry this. I mean, LawLiet on team happy. He knew, or he knows his team captain performed already. Maybe taking things a little lightly here, maybe a little too lightly.
How about the odds, by the way, of this whole tournament format? Like, what are these guys fighting for, like, in terms of money, prestige? What are we looking at?
$6,900 for the entire tournament. Of course, you gotta share this with your teammates, but one of the highest prize pools that we got. Colorful put this together, as far as I know, so shout out to him. Prestige, I'd say not that high yet. It's a rather new tournament format, and team games these days, not as high prestige as they were before, with, of course, WC3L, where you performed like crazy, but it's an underrated gem in my opinion, these Doobie Cups. They always change the format as well, so it's kind of hard to establish love for one format if it changes all the time. But yeah, money wise it's really good, and entertainment wise it's stellar.
Amazing. I mean, it's the best of the best still playing this game, and then being put into this team format where you have like a captain and you have the setup and you send people into the ring and do the seedings. I mean, all of that seems a little lost. It's like all the knowledge from the high technologies back in the day, like is it like the Egyptians and stuff like that. Seems like this was also lost like throughout the time, because people are now more versed with the one-on-one setups. But the beauty of like doing seedings and putting like teams together, and then you have 2-on-2s, and where it really comes down to the lineups and who you put with whom, and the team chemistry and camaraderie that gets created from this. I think there's quite a unique beauty in this kind of like a format, especially in the RTS environment where we lack this kind of like a team component. So yeah, I love it. I love it that it's back on the map and that people are actually still playing, and that we see the best of the best colliding for some nice prize money. Yeah,
and you can also even out the fact that Happy is very dominant, right? I don't want to say his teammates are bad by any means. I don't want to say his teammates are bad by any means. It's LawLiet and so on after all. But on the other side, you got like Fortitude and 120 playing together. That's pretty insane. You got Lin and Sock playing together. So you can even that out a little bit, which is kind of what we need. And then you put 2-on-2 in the mix as well, which I love, where you were super good at back with Dark. Just a very, very good format.
Yeah, good old days. We're not losing any of the action. People are still creeping, but this is what I would really like to know: is there like a draft day, or how are like teams are being made? We can address this later. Both of the players are now level 2. Illusions being used by LawLiet to get an idea of what Kaho is doing. Kaho in the meantime setting himself up, same as LawLiet, for the Mercenary camp to actually get some reinforcements and get the Demon Hunter to level 3. We see tech from both sides. LawLiet with third Moonwell again, Kaho on 2, which could be yet another expansion, or maybe the guy just does not like to have more Moonwells.
Yeah, not really. Like, some people don't like to take baths. Not understandable from my position.
This is a very cute play. Like, LawLiet with the illusion is pulling yet another creep camp to Kaho's Ancient of War, who was already suffering, putting the Demon Hunter on a lot of damage now from the Golem. Taking so much damage just with one illusion alone. I mean, I can hype this up as much as I like. I think it's quite amazing what you can do if you pull this trick here, just to put the Demon Hunter in a position with 2 Moonwells. You cannot really heal. Gets the third one now. The Priest is doing some healing to recoup some of the damage, and the replenishment potion might do the trick, but still, just from an illusion, quite neat.
Yeah, man. Usually you get information with an illusion, or you creep with it, and he kind of combined both of that to force some repairs, to slow Kaho down, getting quite an advantage in the north there. Illusions on this map, some say it's broken, but if you use them like that, it does look broken. But Kaho, of course, has the class of playing around that. By now is not getting overwhelmed by creeps like one of the casters on this broadcast that is not yAwS. So recuperating, taking things to the next level now with the tier 2 unfolding, and LawLiet positioning himself closer to the middle, closer to the enemy. Might just be pushing at the beginning of tier 2.
Yeah, more creeping, gets the Scroll of the Beast, which is also great, but on the other side you can already see the aura, which is nice for the archers and the berserker, adding a little bit more punch, as well as 2 of the Glove of Haste, which provides some more damage. LawLiet in the meantime got the Claws of Attack and Slippers of Agility. I think he bought the Circlet of Nobility and also gets the Belt of Giant Strength to add a little bit of HP. So the Demon Hunter, after all, I think they're gonna end up roughly at the same stage, with more punch later on. So once he gets an orb on the Demon Hunter of Kaho, who is now trying also to kill the orb and make it really quick, gets an Invo Potion, which is way better than the Scroll of the Beast. But now we also see that he sold the flute, which he probably will not need at the later stage, gets burned, and now put in a position where he needs boots to get out. I'm not sure that was intentionally be bought, if he would not have been put to the task. But he got the boots. Might be helpful for any second hero or just escaping that situation.
Yeah, of course, big investment. Might delay tier 3 for a while. Unlike in game 1, where we saw double Naga, we're going back to Keeper. So Keeper is of course good for Entangle, to snipe units and make them immobile, but it's also very good at for Thorn's Aura in melee battles, and this is another indicator of a lot of bears.
Oh, if he burned the Magi, he could have stolen that one, but instead he gets the Priest, which is also nice. Put the Demon Hunter in shambles with the boots now kicking in. That's actually super good, like the boots paying off for the price that he paid, the little premium to just escape the situation. In the meanwhile, Kaho is also creeping, so he's not doing nothing, setting up the Keeper to gain the first set of experience down there. Demon Hunter just keeping tabs on LawLiet, who's now recharging at his fountains. First 2 Dryads being used, both of them are taking tier 3. We're gonna have a duel for Bear Mirror, with Kaho being a little slow on the Ancient of Lores. They're not ready yet. 4th Moonwell coming as well as the Ancient of Wonders.
Yeah, I'd say LawLiet is ahead just a bit, by like 2 to 3 seconds in all regards. Creep routes are deviating now a little bit. And then we get bears, and then it comes down to who has the better Keeper, who has the better Thorn's Aura. It's such an insane aura just from values, like level 3 is 45% reflected damage, but we don't really see it too often, so we don't consider it broken. But in Bear Mirror, it's definitely broken.
And there we go, Orgolot being pulled out and tangled and then surrounded to just get access to the really nice item drop. Which one is it? Oh, it's the Warsong Battle Drums. That's amazing to be added to the team, especially as we're going into Bear Mirror, as you said. We also saw the first tech upgrade being researched here for LawLiet, who really likes to do that. Or at least in the past that I was aware of, he was always lining up these upgrades in Night of Mirror, so that he was like 1 or 2 upgrades ahead sometimes. A Mana Stone now being found for Kaho. We're probably going to sell that one. There we go, some additional resources, also beautiful to just use that for some more items. Keeper is now drawing out the second Orgolot for LawLiet, who's creeping with his Ancient of War and might get a second item, but Kaho is taking a look at this.
Ooh, Entangle. Overlord AI a bit disrupted here. That's a
Nah,
sweet...
he just fell in love with the archer.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it. It's an uneven pair. I don't want to date a guy with a club that big. It might hurt.
Oh, that is quite a revealing statement, I have to say. The Invo Potion now being used and almost a surround here on Kaho. He needs to remove that Keeper of... Yes, he does. Beautifully exchanging a couple units, but no, the one Dryad gets drawn to the other side. Would have been a beautiful surround. Staff of Preservation ready on Kaho and the Keeper anyhow, but yeah, at least for the memes, for the pictures, for Instagram, the 9 to 60. That would have been nice.
Shockwave thrown, a little angry. Man, I just want to flirt with that archer. Get out. Not doing
Can we get
any
back to the
things.
conversation about the big club you don't want to date?
Yeah, do you have any questions?
No, not in particular, but maybe chat has, so we might address this at a later stage.
Sure. I'm very open for follow-up questions, unlike the big club that I'm not very open for.
Master Bears are now being researched for Kaho. LawLiet already has Master Bears, and he has Backpack. Like, he brought some stuff.
Ooh.
Or is he bringing things in? Not yet,
Yeah.
right? Oh, the Orb of Venom is on the bear.
Sick. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that in a long time. Backpack, an oftentimes forgotten and maybe underutilized ability. But yeah, that will help him with the timing here. Orb of Venom, one of the strongest in the game. Man, they're fighting for this Ogre hard.
Yes.
Alright, Scroll of Protection, super good. Roar on the other side. Demon Hunters both quite hurt, but Riju is running. Dispelled immediately as one should. You see the Orb Venom damage tick in. Bears starting to fall, but nice micro by Kaho. LawLiet can't really catch up with that as far as I see. A little bit of a supply lead. Damage thrown onto Dryads. First one down. Bear fallen as well. And feels like our Korean friend is not really able to keep up.
Yeah, Korean friend is falling apart slowly. Demon Hunter now needs to be staffed out. There you go. Being healed up in the base. Another bear is yet gonna die from Kaho, as well as one from LawLiet. Another one is being focused, so they're trading off fairly evenly. But the Kaho's Ancient of War is joining the fight now, saying hi from the other side. Nice flank. But yeah, the Ogre Lord is still there, waiting with his big club to revisit that Archer conversation. He's finally getting that one. He lets go of it. That it might be not a major loss, but at least like a nice item chance as well as a lot of experience. Level 3 and level 4 for Kaho, level 2 and level 4 for LawLiet. One upgrade, second upgrade about to kick in for him. So 2 attack upgrades versus no upgrades at all. So there's no value, or at least he's putting no value on the upgrades yet. Which is quite interesting, I have to say. And in the fight, you saw the protection scroll coming in nicely from Kaho, so it seems like he's really on top of his game.
Yeah, protection scroll, so cheap, and there wasn't enough dispel because no wisps were pulled really to detonate, and then having an armor advantage in these fights is just superb. You are mentioning the attack upgrades. I always think if you face a keeper, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Of course, you want to do more damage, but if you do more damage against the Keeper, you also take more damage at the same time. So wouldn't armor upgrades always be better?
Yeah, that's a good question. Someone should run the simulation on that one and let us know what the winner is. But yeah, you're totally right. I mean, he found the Warsong Battle Drums. I'm not sure if he's just like prioritizing the upgrades because he got the Warsong Battle Drums, which makes it even better to have more damage that is then amplified by a percentage rate. But yeah, as you said, level 2 Aura will be kicking in, reflecting that damage. So I'm really not sure how this is going to even out. We see the Zeppelin drop now coming into full effect. And that is the beauty of this game, trying to snape each other's Tree of Eternity with no Nature's Blessing. Both of these really like to go into the rain and get wet feet.
Absolute
no TP,
classic.
by the way.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt.
Actually on call. There is actually on call.
Ah, there is. Okay. Gotta be quick. Can he surround this tree? Is he just going for the entangled? Okay, so he's not ultra confident that he's able to do damage here. This Zeppelin has to survive, otherwise it's a TP and then things get expensive. Cow with good repair, but not enough. Town portal out, so that's definitely worth it. Zeppelin picks up the Bursey, cancels this yet again, and just like that, LawLiet is back in the game.
So this comes at a cost of like roughly 500 gold that cannot be mined right now. On the other side, we saw the commitment of a TP as well as like no other unit lost. I think after all, yeah, quite a nice investment, good move. Also bringing Kaho back to the base, who is now not able to mine 400 gold. He will not be able to save more before going into upkeep. Supply-wise, they're equal. So I feel like even if they would be fighting now, which would be interesting to see who comes out ahead. As you said, the first upgrade coming in now, heavy armor upgrade in for Kaho, prioritizing the armor versus the attack from LawLiet, who's now trying to get the second armor upgrade as well. So it's going to be 2-2 bears versus 0-1 bears, heavily in favor of LawLiet. Let's see if the aura can even that field.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic in this match. Like, after the fight on the left-hand side, LawLiet wasn't really able to fight because the Keeper was too far ahead for Kaho, and you can't find the level 2 Thorns aura if you don't have it. But he found his way out with that Zeppelin drop, is working on upgrades below 50 food to not pay any upkeep. And now Kaho is in that situation, and we know he's a good fighter, but if your opponent is just dodging all the fights, like, how can you play your strength?
Yeah, that's a good question. Same question, which is also a good question to raise. Like, who gets these taxes, by the way? Who's the government here that you provide these to? Who? Yeah, who's the empire behind this? But yeah, that is all left for others to answer, I feel.
And what are they doing with that money? That's another good question. Exactly. I mean, they built the road to
struggle. They develop Reforge, I heard last time.
Oh, wow. Then there's a lot of tax evasion going on in Azeroth, man.
Oh, yeah. You would assume. Oh, he's trying to get a level 5 Demon Hunter now, which will be great. Usually it's level 3 mana burn to also hurt the bears, or is it level 3 evasion, which can also be quite powerful. Kaho is getting some of the scraps left on the map, which is the level 2 tiny forest troll. That will not be enough for level 5 yet, while we see that the Demon Hunter of LawLiet reaches that also powerful level 5, setting up a couple Moonwells to go up into 80 supply. Nature Force Blessing coming in as another layer of armor in case Kaho tries anything fancy with his Zeppelin drops. And yeah, Kaho finds more experience on the other side. Look, there's more leftovers.
And he has that Keeper advantage, as you said. Double heal scroll as well, super helpful for the fights. In the other inventory, we find double orb. And maybe a creep jack. But wait, there's a staff.
If he tangles him.
Oh, can he reach? Ooh.
Dodging the bullet. That's like some solid spider senses, I feel.
Yep, that was also the last creep really available on the map. On the left-hand side, Kaho is using his own Zeppelin to scout LawLiet's Zeppelin. Do you think Zeppelin pilots have a special greetings like the bus drivers have?
I mean, they don't have any kind of... there's no driver inside, right? This is completely empty. If you take a look at the tiny thing, the only thing they carry is like these weight bags, and other than that, it's empty. There's nothing. It
Maybe
looks like
AI.
A tiny... Yeah, it's maybe AI controlled already, and it's a peek into the future. But I would also like to put into account is that it looks kind of like a panda face if you take at the nose of the airplane. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it reminds me of Ninjago, which I'm witnessing and watching with my son nowadays. It's just beautiful. Sorry for all the confusion. Demon Hunter is being entangled, put in a rough spot, could be surrounded and killed. Let's hope for the best.
Well, you know, Night Elves and their surrounds is something they should probably work on. Not happening right here. Now we're in this stalemate situation that leads to a lot of people thinking that this matchup is boring. So far, I gotta say, 16 minutes weren't boring at all. But who loses patience first? Who is making the move? Are there any expansions? Do we see more Zeppelin drops? It's getting quite strategic now.
Kaho might be setting up a little too late. We have 1.1k saved for LawLiet, who can make the transition into 80 supply. Kaho not yet. He's now just getting the Moonwell. So in case LawLiet wants to start building now, it would be great. He's also getting the 3-3 upgrade, while on the other side we see only 3 defense upgrade. We addressed this. First attack upgrade coming in for Kaho. 1-3 in a second. But yeah, he could overwhelm him. The defender's advantage could come into play. Level 4 and level 4 and not level 5. You will not be able to pick any experience as there's nothing left. I also like that LawLiet keeps tabs on the expansion setups for Kaho to a degree, setting up a couple Wisp to see that, setting up the Zeppelin, which is watched by yet another Zeppelin. Demon Hunter standing in front to just see whatever is happening. And a Chimera Roost is being created.
Let's go! Let's go! LawLiet, not a man of stalemates. It's getting boring. Nobody likes that. He's a man of the people, an entertainer. And yeah, double Chimera Roost, man. If Kaho doesn't scout this and doesn't counter this properly, all these bears are gonna disappear. And at the moment, his scouts are on the other side of the map. Nothing's really moving.
I have a stupid question. Don't you need an Ancient of Wind to build like Chimera Roost? Am I stupid here?
That was patched.
Oh,
You don't need it anymore.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome
new
to
age.
welcome to the future. Yeah, it's quite nice. Streamlines the tech tree a little bit and makes plays like this less obvious. Because of course, if
Kaho
you
is
see
either
Ancient-
watching the stream or having a read on this as he's building 2 Ancient of Winds just to put them in front of the base and tell him like, in case you have the idea of building Chimera Roost, and he immediately cancels. So now we have a little bit of an egg and chicken problem. Like, who does what first?
Yeah. I guess we're gonna mine out the bases. Everybody's gonna end up on 3-3. LawLiet wants to be active, you can feel it, but Kaho is just shutting everything down. And Kaho had great shop control. B2W shop in the chat. 3 heal scrolls. How are you supposed to fight 3 heal scrolls? It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, the second call will be on cooldown. I mean, you can like circulate these between the two. We get like yet another Moonwell. We have the first Hippo being created. That is probably for scout purposes. And now we have lining up bears and bears and bears yet again. So we have a lot of teddy bears that we can hold on to in a second. And with that, the fight is most likely going to break out anytime soon. That Zeppelin is full. The Hippogriff is taking a look. Just a tiny peek before everything pops out and scares it away. It's a scary bird.
It is a scary bird indeed. But before we go into the big fights, we got a big dono. Is El Marcos. What a sick supporter you are, mate. 50 euros straight into the piggy bank. Over and over and over again, man. Month after month. This is so lovely. Thank you so much.
This is where the taxes go. Finally, we found that loophole.
Into my piggy bank. With the gold
Oh,
price
good
these
stuff.
days, man. Hui, hui, hui.
Yeah, you have to invest. It's really important. So 64 supply going into 72, soon being 80. I think he will not. He will have resources on top of the 80 supply, because the next few beers that are already in line will make him go to the full extent of that 80 supply limit that he created for himself. There are no more Woundwells being created. He might be using also a couple of scrolls. There you go. Protection scroll, healing scroll being bought. So 2 scrolls and the protection scroll versus 3 scrolls and no protection scroll. We have now ultra vision being researched. Really important at this stage of the game. You just want that before leaving your base, I feel. Other than that, you could be surprised by all the scary things living in the forest. Nature's Blessing being researched by Kaho, knowing that his expo is gonna expire in a couple seconds, and then he wants to repot that tree to set another pair of roots. But yeah, now he starts building up. But I think LawLiet now, if he could just run over him if he's lucky. I mean, there are a lot of trees in the way. Nature's Blessing might be kicking in soon enough. Repositioning the Ancient of Wind crucially to create like better fighting situation for him. I think the Hippogriff also got the idea that LawLiet is coming his way. And yeah, Defender's advantage is quite big in this bear on bear scenarios. But if you have like 10 to 20 supply more than your opponent, that might not be as scary as you might think.
Yeah, the clock is ticking for LawLiet. If he wants to do something, he has to do it now. Seems a bit scared. Also, Fairy Dragon on the other side. Love to see that. Every roar, every redo is gonna cost a lot. Trees in position. This choke is rather narrow in general, so bears might be clumping up. So the 20-15 supply advantage might be meaningless if these bears don't do any damage. And then you got the shop there, got the Moonwells there, got the Wisp there for detonate, got Zeppelins to reposition. I feel like this nut is not crackable for LawLiet.
Yeah, I think he will not be able, like, he doesn't want to engage on that one. But as the main trees are moving, or LawLiet's one is moving, we have the slight encounter on the Entangled Gold for Kaho, so here's a couple more. Oh, if he kills that Zeppelin, that would be sweet. But why don't they add Talons? I'm just wondering. Like, if you had Fairy Fire that you can put on bears, would that be so powerful?
Bro, I'm asking myself the question for many, many, many years. I don't know. Like, people will say, yeah, you can dispel it, but there's only 2 Dryads, and you want to dispel Roar, Reju, and Entangle, and maybe a Scroll Protection if that's available. Yeah, why not? For Focus Fire, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, but Knight of Logic doesn't apply to the normal human brain. Like, remember the days when you counted air by just having an orb and bears on the ground? This is like some things just don't add up how you would think the real world has designed them to do. He will be sitting on the natural expansion of Kaho, actually making him come out. And Kaho is now even going above the 80 supply limit with the next 2 bears coming out. Probably could also detonate just 2 wisps so that he stays below, but as he's not mining, this doesn't affect him at all. And LawLiet, the greedy kind of bear that he is, sets up a second expansion.
That's right. You grew up watching Moon, classic Moon play. 3 expansions even. Occupy Last Refuge. And yeah, Cow, what are you supposed to do? You gotta be at 3 points at the same time, play a bit of whack-a-mole, in a position where your Tree of Eternity, if you want to move it, is under threat by this army. This might just be checkmate now.
Yeah, I think we have to reset. Like, let's replay that game yet again.
Oh yes, please. I want the past 7 minutes over and over and over on Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that would be lovely. I mean, the air units are dead supply, right? Like, but they're there, and now he's trying to make his way over there because he needs that base to actually mine again. Gets a nice burn off, gets the entangle. Another entangle that should have probably hit the Demon Hunter, hits the bear. Demon Hunter already out of mana. This is the difference of level 2 versus level 3 mana burn. LawLiet still has plenty of mana that he can burn, which is also dealing either damage to the bears directly or might be burning the keeper. Tries to lure him in, while in the meantime bears are being dropped on the Tree of Eternity, and that one is under heavy attack. What a beautiful strategic operation there. He is from the Navy SEALs.
That's right, Korean Navy SEALs, who doesn't know them? Tree was blocked for a long time now, nice around with the Wisp, so bears not too much surface area, and of course they're missing in the fight, but here's the choke once again that I mentioned before. It's a little tricky here. LawLiet has to get some structural damage done, I feel, but also in the fight, he's looking rather good. Kaho's bears all at like 1/3. Everything's turning red. Demon Hunter only now level 5. LawLiet did the damage he wanted to do. Didn't lose too much, but in the meantime got the 3 expos up. You called it, man. Strategic genius of LawLiet, and I think he outmaneuvered Kaho. Easily.
Yeah, that was quite beautiful. And now he has an expansion to the left, an expansion to the right, and the main tree. So we enter the stage that you usually never want to enter on Twisted Meadows back in the days against Grubby, where he just likes to run circles around you with raiders hitting your base. LawLiet is now just like setting up that trap, completely snapping on his opponent. 3 expos mining soonish. It's beautiful. It's like Mühle. And now he can just remove stones.
Yeah, it's like Mühle indeed. It's like checkers, I guess?
No fucking idea, but it's gonna be amazing.
And
bears rejuvenated! We go in!
Okay then, let's see how this goes. This is the last chance for Kaho, really. Expansions didn't really work out just yet. But, okay, last chance. He's known for his mechanics. Has to make them work now. All clumped up. What a chaotic fight this is. But Kaho, how can you do this? With only 1 heal scroll versus 2 and the levels, bears falling left and right. So far, I'd say it's fairly even. Demon Hunter at around 50%.
Keeper of LawLiet under heavy attack. There's another heal scroll, and now it's in full force. Take over.
Okay, more bears falling. 3 bears about to pop for Kaho. That's 1, 2, 3. Mass extinction. LawLiet still standing strong at 75 with all that gold influx. Everything's about to die. And Kaho aiming for a Hail Mary here. Maybe Demon Hunter. Can't really get that. Fascinating that Kaho still has something alive. But Keeper for LawLiet is getting level 5 now. Finally, and level 3 Thornsora. You're just not killing it.
Yeah, you're not killing it. Especially not against 3 expansions while having like 1 base that is not yet established. There's no way that LawLiet is not winning this game, I have to say. I mean, you call Peter for all the dead bears. Someone has to do something about this. Like, they're going extinct soonish. But other than that, we see LawLiet coming back, producing as much as he can right now. And yeah, base is established. He's all over the place. That, like, the strategic maneuver he pulled, luring him away, setting up the perfect trap with the 3/3 bears and raw in the Zeppelin, dropping that on the main base that he knew will be longer in base, as he did this earlier. That was just beautiful. Like, as much as the rest was fucking boring, that was fucking beautiful.
And demonetized. Nice. You owe me $2. No, of course we don't. Yeah, that's right. That was the move of the game. on top of the illusion in the very early game. But I think Kaho knows he's out of options. What can you do? Like Zeppelin split pushes, but with only 3 bears? That's kind of wonky. Just getting further and further ahead. I wonder what going through Kaho's mind. Like, does he not? Maybe he just doesn't know about.
You know this Homer Simpson thing where you have this monkey with these instruments? That is going on in his mind now.
Yep.
There's no way out. Exactly. Like, if he scouts for a second with his 2 air units, just scout both of the expansion and see this, you tap out. It's like you have entered the octagon and the other person is just like 2 classes above you. You're done. Like, get out, onto the next, as much as you performed here. I mean, even the level 6 Demon Hunter could be a game changer if you would not be facing 3/3 bears.
True. Okay, time to maul this tiny little Kaho army. I mean, he's not in upkeep. He gets some gold. It's not as one-sided as it looks. But how do you get this kill? This 1 kill you're missing for Metamorphosis against bears, staffs, entangle, etc. LawLiet is probably also quite bored. Going for the tree now. He tried that once, didn't work. But the second time, easy kill.
Yeah, Siege Tank's doing their job, eating up that tree, TPing out without losing a unit, and Kaho knows when to tap out, and it's now. So, 1-1 score. And LawLiet in full force, to be honest, like so strategically, surgically getting this last move in with the base race, and also like setting that one up ages ago by killing the gold mine, forcing Kaho basically on a disadvantage in terms of like gold mining. I think that was really well done, and that is like the end game Night Elf Bear Mirror that you just need to nail if you want to win these games. And apparently LawLiet seems to be the master of that, just on that map, while on the other map we saw different strategies being applied where he was just coming a little short on Tarina stand. And now we're going to conclude it on Amazonia in a second.
I hope not. That is the default map because it starts with an A. I campaigned against for deleting Amazonia from all possible map pools because it's just so boring. I hope I succeeded and the admin is just late. But with Chinese tournaments, you never know. They brought back Lost Temple of all maps, so wouldn't be too surprised if they brought Amazonia back. No, it's not in the pool. Oh, nice.
Shit.
Why? Why do you want to suffer?
I mean, it's so beautiful. As a human player, it's so beautiful. You have one expansion that never minds out. You can just run on gold and wait and see and have the beauty of going to 3 and creating every single unit that you ever imagined having in your squad. So it's a beautiful map. It brings back beautiful memories, and I think it's just its own kind of beauty, you know?
Okay, you got a very exquisite taste, I gotta say. I think we got a lot of maps that are better, and we'll see.
What's TH?
TH is Tide Hunters.
Oh yeah.
Tide
I'm not
Hunters
even sure what that means.
is a wonderful map where Remo and I were implemented as critters once.
As critters?
As critters, yeah. It was a little turtle saying
Nice.
Neo. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the top left and bottom right.
You're still there?
It was removed. The powers that be at Blizzard Entertainment removed it from the map after the map makers put us on there.
No love for the wicked. Like,
No.
how can you guys?
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing they did in the past 5 years.
Yeah, okay. Let's see how they do under the new ruling of that female hand, if that has any change.
Well, the patches are good so far when it comes to balance. At least as far as I'm concerned.
I saw really interesting changes, to be honest. I was just watching, I think, Robbie's stream on another day where he was rating a couple things, going over a couple patch notes. Then I saw, like, your reaction on that. I feel a little bit of that, not all of it, but I think, like, patching-wise, I like how they spice it up a little. Like, changing, like, surgically, seeing what underperforms. I mean, let's face it, the Tornado from the Naga just needs to be stronger.
Yeah, that's right. We saw it yesterday, and it did absolutely nothing. So,
That's fucking shit. Oh, sorry.
You're allowed. You get a pass. You get a free pass for your appearance. You can do whatever you want.
No, it needs to be a kids-free zone. Like, I get that nowadays more than ever.
I mean, the Warcraft scene is pretty old. A lot of us got kids. And
You never know when the fresh blood arrives, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, we got a 14-year-old in the scene these days. But he's cursing more than all of us together. I mean, you remember how
Yeah,
it
of
was.
course. It's a new X-Lord. Let's face it.
Just less talented. Way less talented.
Less talented? I think that guy has no talent at all.
Wow! Is that a call-out?
No, it's all hard work, dude. It's all hard work. He put in the hours to get on top of things. No, I mean, Daniel is great. Daniel is amazing. Where is he, by the way?
Dude, he played May 1st, like 2 days ago. He kind of disappeared because he's like busy work, etc., etc. And he came back on Tuesday and just smashed people like Leon and Labyrinth and all these guys. He doesn't need any hard work, man. He's on that level like instantly again.
Yeah, that kid is so good. That kid is, unfortunately, as much. I mean, I actually like the guy, which makes it even worse. But that kid is so damn good.
He got a talent, that's for sure. Also, it doesn't seem like it, but he does have a brain as well.
No, that's not true. I mean, as much as he has maybe talent, the brain part, I would heavily argue. So let's face it, Demon Hunter against Demon Hunter yet again. You promised me no more bears. Let's see about that.
I said no bears on Terranos, then I said bears on Last Refuge. On Tidehunters, I think the chances for bears are rather low, especially since I know how much LawLiet hates bears, and he had to play bears for 25 minutes, so I think he's just sick of bears. And
I mean, he had to play bears for the last 10 years. It's not like that he just reinvented the game.
True. Yeah, but I think less bears this time, and less stalling.
Okay, let's see, level 2, and he's having a little bit of a different creep pattern here. Getting the Cloak of Shadow, while on the other side, Kaho is getting the Turtle, also a Cloak of Shadow, with the Claws against the Glove, which we had before. No major impact. We see a couple more archers being created, both of them attacking. LawLiet sticking to his 3 Moonwells, while Kaho is delaying that. I mean, back then I remember the policy was like, whoever plays Night Elf, you need to get 4 Moonwells before the night turns on, so that you can just like get as much juice as possible. That seems to be outdated. Kaho is waiting to buy more items from the marketplace. Seems like there's some discount offer coming in as soon as it turns night, while LawLiet is sitting on the other side, seeing the archers now, driving them away. Kaho, yeah, just trying to wait until the merchant goes to sleep, and then like a tiny thief, gonna steal some of that marketplace.
Here we go, another claw. Maybe we should call you the prophet. Exactly what's happening. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing. Like, Night Elves are complaining. The last patch got rid of some of the Moonwell regeneration. Like, oh, we can't heal anymore. We can't replenish mana anymore. And then they start to skip Moonwells.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it on Last Refuge. The Night Elf brain works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just different. Let's face it. It's a different beast. But it's totally fine. They're trying to chase each other. Now Kaho is probably getting a circlet or selling his TP actually and the Cloak of Shadows to get the Boots of Speed. The dust was being bought by LawLiet anyhow, so the value of the cloak was heavily declining, like all the NFTs that we saw a couple years ago. Now he's trying to chase down that archer. Beautiful block. Does he get the circulation? Yeah, Belgischer Kreisel. There we go. And he's dead.
Belgischer Kreisel?
You never watched, like, what is it? Like in the Neil Armstrong sports?
No. I like cycling.
Oh,
no.
They're circulate. Yeah, they're circulated in cycling. You have like one that is the front runner, and then you circulate. This is like so beautifully done. It's very
Forces are under attack.
Damn, that's a nice metaphor for this. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what happened there. Belgischer Kreisel.
It's yours. It's yours. Take it.
Yeah,
Kaho is taking items from LawLiet as well. He gets a gauntlet, adds some nice HP as well as stealing that from him. We have more experience actually on Kaho, which is great, coming from killing the archer and also having a little bit of a different creep route earlier. With the 4 archers back in his base, he's now trying to kill the Murloc spot. We'll get him closer to level 3, but not necessarily get him to level 3 yet. Boots are being bought also by LawLiet, so he wants to have the same cool sneakers that his counterpart has, and is now taking onto the Ornamentor.
And I might have been wrong, man. We see 2 keepers once again. Always a clear indicator of bears. I was hoping for 1 player with the Naga at least for some more pressure, but as we're all getting old, we like to relax a little bit, take things slower. And we have another bear mirror coming up, but man, this inventory for LawLiet is outstanding. Slippers, ring, claws, circlet, big heal potion, amazing. On the other side, we get a little bit of HP boost for Kaho, who is way closer to his level 3. But yeah, I think we can settle in for another Bear Mirror. And then... I wonder if it's a mistake to sell the Town Port.
Yeah, let's see about that. I mean, in the end, it can be... Yeah, I mean, both sold it, so it's even. LawLiet on the other side, like a little bit of the nuances here, right? As we enter in Mirror, he was prioritizing tech over the second engine of lore. So the second engine of lore still needs to be created. For whatever reason, he hasn't put it down yet. While Kaho in the meantime had the faster or equal speed tech with both engine of lores being put down. No shop for either of them. They keep creeping and yeah, giving each other some time and room to just grow. Engine of Wonders now being created, and yeah, as I said, no second engine of lore. I don't get it.
What the hell? Like, you can always think that one forgot about it, but if you plant down a shop and no lore, there must be some thinking behind it. What could it be? Like, Bear's archers? Doesn't really make sense, I guess.
I mean, he's not adding more archers. Ancient of War is constantly moving,
yeah.
So he's not even doing the longbow upgrade. For that reason, I feel that will definitely not be the trick. But yeah, maybe he's just surprising us after all. Maybe there's like chimps. Maybe he wants to go straight into chimps and blind counter the bears. That could be an approach. Would be risky. Could be thinkable. I'm not so sure. I mean, as I'm a little outdated, I was heavily relying on your uptrend mid game picks and then strategies. I like the health stone as well as the greater healing on the demon hunter of LawLiet. That's amazing, coming in with all the other items. And yeah, fail proving both of his heroes. But other than that, I think we are up for a surprise. Second Ancient of Wonders, we're gonna see triple hero orb.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what the hell? This is a somewhat classic LawLiet play with archers triple orb. Needs a bottom then, I guess, as the third hero. Still only one lore. Is that enough, I wonder? Orb super strong, of course. Also super expensive. And it's definitely something that Kaho might not expect at this stage of the game, especially since the Keeper is somewhat telegraphing theirs. Damage output will be good, but it takes some time to come together.
Yeah, totally. That's gonna be tricky. Let's see how they end up. I mean, in the end, it's a little bit about the creeping and gathering like some good items like the Boots of Katalas +6 on LawLiet's Demon Hunter. That is just like adding to the power punch that is coming with the orbs. He's gonna have bears nonetheless. He's upgrading the adept upgrade. Everything is just a little slower than for his counterpart, but he needs resources anyhow to buy or like summon the third hero, as well as getting both of these orbs. They're quite expensive with 325 gold being used for that. And yeah, we see more and more creeping. First orb also in Kaho with 2 of the claws of attack for the Keeper. Also packing quite a punch. Not bad.
And Kaho saw it now, the double shot. Thing is, how do you counter an item? Against units, you can find units with better armor types and damage types and abilities. Against heroes, you can maybe find some lockdown, some CC. How do you shut down an item?
The Demon Hunter of LawLiet is completely nuts with +15 aura, armor, as well as the Thorns aura. That is completely crazy. But yeah, how do you really counter that? I'm not so sure. I mean, you have bears with regeneration that can be dispelled, right? But other than that, like, how do you keep things alive with the poison stacks from the orbs? I'm not so sure. So far, he has 2 orbs. No orb for the Demon Hunter. He is like the ginger child of that family.
It's still a thing, eh? You hate it.
Still a thing. That's still an internet meme, I feel.
Kaho, for the first time in this series, really being the aggressor, as of course timings can shut down orbs. He got 2 of them already. And Demon Hunter, you can see it, man. He's just melting. And as you pointed out diligently, the armor is helping LawLiet a ton. Little bit of a bare mirror, but range damage seems to be superior for now.
Damn, yeah, the orbs are taking quite a hit here, but the Demon Hunter in the meantime is also like punching everything that he can reach. Now the tangle on the Keeper, he needs to be put in a spot here. The greater healing is being used. That was great. Kaho now needs to desperately save his bears. And yeah, keep in mind, there's no Town Portal, there's no Staff of Preservation on Kaho's side. Everything that is about to be dying could actually be dead in a second. We have yet another tangle that could be applied. Kaho is ready for the Dispel with the Dryad. There you go, immediately dispelling. And needs to tangle the Keeper now. That was the only chance getting out of there. He's not out of the whole desperate situation yet. One bear is about to fall. He tries to block, but he's also blocking himself beautifully. Unfortunately, that is like, yeah, this is how micro sometimes also ends up happening in Warcraft. Now back on his Moonwells, trying to replenish. But yeah, the strat is working.
I guess so. It looked a little dicey in the very beginning of the fight from the perspective of LawLiet, but with Moonwells, with the items that he carried around, more stability came into the fight, and then Bears disappeared, nicely dodging one of the Orb of Venom with the staff, but just delays the inevitable. And now, shoes on the other foot, the pendulum swings back. LawLiet the aggressor here. And if he slaps down another orb on that Demon Hunter, then it's even more terrifying, and units just don't cut it anymore.
Yeah, truly, units don't cut it. Like with the orbs and applying so much damage. I mean, the aura is more for the lulz, right? On the bottom, like it adds a little bit of damage to the archers and the keeper, but other than that, it's more of a meme. You just want that second orb with the stack of the poison that just keeps piling up, so that it applies more damage over time. But yeah, it seems like that is a really powerful weapon, especially in the hands of LawLiet, who is now also creating a second Ancient of Lore, so making the transition back into eco-production facilities. Like both of them are now on 2 lores, 50 supply or closing in on 50 supply. Let's see how this concludes. More Dryads are actually being brought by LawLiet. That is surprising. He's not adding more bears, but he already has 3 and is missing some Dispel, so...
Yeah, and they benefit from the two-shot aura a little more, I guess. So the Bear Mirror, I wonder if you just want an even number and then have some solution against Entangle or Rejuvenation. Archer, oh, not being spotted. Yo, Kaho needs to find
it, but it was melting, so he knows that he's seen, and he now positioned himself while sending a wisp to the laboratory to kill the archer. So he wants to get rid of it so that he doesn't have this living observer living amongst him. But yeah, I mean, the longer this game goes, and the more experience is also accumulated on the bottom. As much as I'm like hating, or not hating the aura, but not like it doesn't have the same effect as if you would have like a fully ranged army, but you're accumulating more experience on 3 heroes, and at some points that will be quite devastating.
There might be a power spike in between, because the Demon Hunter progress of LawLiet will obviously be slower than the Kaho progress. Keeper still very far away from Thorns 3. But yo, we got triple orb now, man. This Demon Hunter is so sick. He researched backpack again, by the way. Very lovely.
Nice.
Plus 14. He has 20.7 armor. That's insane.
It's truly insane. Like, this guy is truly a beast. Both of them are out of mana. He tries to pull the turtles now so that he can get the item from that turtle. There's also a big red spot at the top right where the Ancient of War of Kaho is already positioned to keep tabs on that so that he sees whenever LawLiet wants to go over there. I mean, Kaho should also consider killing his archers. I mean, he's already breaking upkeep, but it keeps him... stuck so that he cannot mix in new units on the 60 supply cap, while on the other side LawLiet is closing in on the supply count while not having any tier 1 units as the remains of his army, eating up some of the supply. I mean, as much as these can help dealing with the Dryads, I'm not really appreciating those over bears. But let's see how this unfolds in the end. We also see Mark of the Claw coming now for Kaho, upgrade-wise. We have like 1 upgrade for LawLiet, attack upgrade once again, and Kaho is going on the defensive side of things. No expansions being created for either of the parties. And yeah, at some point it will be Last Refuge all over again, fighting over one big camp and concluding in whatever form.
Right on. We have an arms race. This time LawLiet not as far ahead as he was before, but the triple orb is great value, of course. This damage is stacking up like crazy. Demon Hunter instantly dispelled with a reju that was put on him. Good task there. Now Shu on the other foot. Focus Fire swings back. Demon Hunter, despite the 20 armor, very, very hurt.
Yeah, also someone in chat keeping a good eye on the Moonwells. We don't see Wellspring on the side of Kaho, which is quite a hit. And now we break out into yet another fight. Bears are being colliding here. Roar is being used now on both sides equally. Keeper being in a crazy spot here for LawLiet. Needs to pull that one out. Now the Priestess of the Moon is all of a sudden surrounded. Will most likely be dying here in a second. Is entangled so that the staff cannot kick in. Demon Hunter is going deeper and deeper, chasing down the Keeper, but is returning as some of the bears are giving him a high five to the face. Demon Hunter of LawLiet in the middle of the party. Also no Town Portal, needs to be careful. Step for preservation, could be ready to step something out for LawLiet, not using it yet. 2 bears are about to die. 1 dies. Second one trying to get out, steps out the Demon Hunter. And in the end, trying to get a couple return kills, which he's short of. LawLiet is losing more and more, and there's a potion of healing on the floor, which was in the backpack. But yeah, Kaho didn't see that in time to pick it up, or didn't want to put himself into the position of being entangled and killed. Can he get the bear out? Yes, the Staff of Preservation was off cooldown. Level 4, killing the bottom. Some of the bears are low HP. Keeper is closing in with the Boots of Speed and might be able to kill yet another bear. Yes, he does. There you go. The Tangle comes in a little too late. Bears are being healed right now with the rejuvenation, but Kaho needs to go back into the deep back of his base, making sure that he has some time to catch up and rejuvenate. Dispel coming in on the Demon Hunter to keep him from healing. Yeah, I'm not sure who is ahead, to be honest.
I'm so confused as well, man. I thought Kaho smashed this fight, especially in the beginning with the hero kill and zoning out the Keeper, which makes it so the Thorns Aura wasn't working on Kaho's bears. And then I watched that fight 10 seconds later. All of a sudden, Kaho's losing 3-4 units and supply is even again. Potom is back. Nice little comeback after a fumbled beginning by LawLiet. And here we go again. They can't take their paws off of each other. If LawLiet takes care of his heroes a little bit more, he should have a good spot in this fight. There's no consumables really on either side. No town portals, only stabs. And Demon Hunter go to battle. But do you want to battle with a 20 armor demon? I don't think so. LawLiet with a huge first hero kill. If that didn't cost him too many bears, that might be the win here. And I guess that's just it. He can fight with Tri-Hero. No problem. Once the Demon Hunter is back, easy peasy.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Like, without the Demon Hunter, as much as the Keeper of Growth is like piling up more and more kills left, right, and center, about to get on level 5, yet getting another kill. Now he needs Dispel desperately to get out of there. Yes, he does, but the stacks, look at the stacks. And the Keeper with the Boots of Speed from LawLiet is catching up on the army, selling a couple things, buying a potion, using that one. Demon Hunter is being revived in the altar, but does he have the time to actually get that one back? No rejuvenation can be used, and he's pushing in, he's closing in on the base. Might even pull Wisp to just close some of the gaps so that he might fall short on closing in on the Keeper here from Kaho, driving the Demon Hunter away, but Potom is still getting in a great position to get in more and more shots, and you can see it yet again, how these stack up, killing a Dryad, killing more and more, Demon Hunter being healed. Now if he kills the Ancient of Wonders, there's no more healing. There might be another bear coming, but that still takes some time. It's not even nighttime, so he cannot rely on any moon juice coming back. He could get this moonstone kind of thing, but that would also help LawLiet immensely. Yeah, no Wellspring, no Night. Demon Hunter now fully at half HP, enough to actually chase that one down, and Kaho is about to lose this game.
Wow, team captain flayed by LawLiet. We weren't sure in what shape he is coming into this tournament, being absent for a couple of weeks, but that was great. I doubted him in certain points of the game. I thought Kaho would be taking this series, but Team Kaho goes down 0-2, and Captain Kaho also goes down 0-2 in this tournament. Not a carry so far for his